Hi, my name is Amelia and welcome back to a new video. It's that time again where we pick our TBR for the month. In a super big reading mood going into February. Really excited for the potential for this month. I feel like even though it's a short one, it's going to be a good one. Let's pick our first prompt. Blue at the bottom. So prompt number 1, we have a book with flowers on the cover. I will be back once I have found some options for us. Okay, so that was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Found 2 options and they're both the Fairy Loot books from January. King of Ravens by Claire Sager. This was the romantic book for last month. I also did get an arc of this, so I would really like to read it. Don't know that much about this apart from the fact that I have read Claire Sager's other series, The Shadows of the Tenebrous Core, I believe is what it's called, and I really enjoyed that, so I'm very much looking forward to picking this up. Do anything to keep her, she'll do anything to escape. Rhiannon is dying of what she doesn't know, kept protected by her family in their clifftop home. She spends her days searching for a cure. Her world is torn apart when an unseelie king of the dead arrives and gives her a simple choice: descend to the underworld as his bride or he'll take her family instead. Trapped in a twisted bargain, Rhiannon is thrust into a world of withered gods, scheming courtiers and ancient magic. But she refuses to be a pawn in a game she never agreed to play. Her new husband is powerful, cold and infuriating, and she's determined to hate him. But in a court where beauty masks cruelty and every promise has teeth, hatred burns slowly into something else, something dangerous, something that could undo them both. Honestly, this just sounds like a classic fantasy romance that I used to read on Kindle Unlimited back in the day. The second option is This One's Daughter by Roshni Chokshi. Is the YA book from last month. I actually don't think I've read the synopsis of this yet. So obviously it also has flowers on the cover. Princess Aris, I'm presuming, knows that marriage means murder. After a poorly worded wish generations ago, all one needs to rule the Isle of Malice are the heart and hand in marriage of the kingdom's heir, regardless of their survival afterwards. Aris's only chance at long life is true love. Aris's only chance at long life is true love. When his parents announce a tournament of brides, a throng of beautiful bachelorettes arrives at the castle, but Aris cannot tell who is there out of love for him or lust for power. His only hope is Demelza, a Verita's swan who has fled to the castle for sanctuary. Demelza's song rings truth from lies, and so they strike a deal. Aris will hide her in exchange for her help to sort through his potential brides. But when love and truth become impossibly tangled, the two must decide what is more important, mere survival or chasing a life worth living. Out of the 2, in terms of synopsis, I'm definitely more inclined to read King of Ravens. I just think that I will definitely get to this eventually. I just think that right now I'm just not really in the mood. For a book with flowers on the cover, we've gone for King of Ravens by Claire Sager. My TBR jar has just had an accident. Can you see that? I literally just picked it up and the side is just... okay. I'll go for pick number 2. Read a paperback fantasy. There are quite a few options for this one. I've picked up 2 options, so I've gone for Blood Over Brighthaven by ML Wong, so I wanted to read this last year, but I actually never ended up getting around to reading it. So my friend Grace just read this and she really enjoyed it. So we have A Fate So Dark and Delicate by Sophia St. Germain, which is the final book in the compelling Fates saga. I picked this because there are so many fantasy books on my shelves that are like in the middle of series, whereas this is the final book in a series, so I could complete something that I'm in the middle of. 20 years, Siona has devoted every waking moment to the study of magic, fueled by a mad desire to achieve the impossible, to be the first woman ever admitted to the High Magistracy at the University of Magics and Industry. When Siona finally passes the qualifying exam and becomes a High Mage, she finds her challenges have just begun. Her new colleagues are determined to make her feel unwelcome, and instead of a qualified lab assistant, they give her a janitor. What neither Siona nor her peers realise is that her taciturn assistant was not always a janitor. 10 years ago, he was a nomadic hunter who lost his family on their perilous journey from the wild plains to the city, but now he seized the opportunity to understand the forces that decimated his tribe, drove him from his homeland, and keep the privileged in power. At first, mage and outsider have a fractious relationship, but working together they uncover an ancient secret that could change the course of magic forever if it doesn't get them killed first. I also would like to get to it like sooner rather than later, because I do think it's like Dark Academia vibes. I don't want to read the synopsis out for this one because it is the 4th book in a series, so I feel like there will be spoilers for the first few books, but I am gonna read it myself. I'm gonna leave this one because I do think this will be like a, if I want to read it I'll pick it up on my own. But read a paperback fantasy, we are gonna go for Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong. Pick number 3. There's like a whole load of them clumped together here. Let's go for you. We have Continue a Series. Okay, you could either do A Fate So Dark and Delicate or last night, so it's currently the 3rd of February, The Wild Card by Stephanie Archer came out, and I started it at midnight last night and I'm already 100 pages in, so it's kind of cheating. So for Continue a Series, we're going to pick A Fate So Dark and Delicate by Sophia St. Germain. Number 4. Do another blue one. A highly anticipated release. Okay, well then, The Wild Card. I pick The Wild Card by Stephanie Archer. This came out last night at midnight and I have started it already and I'm 100 pages in, but oh my god, I'm absolutely loving it. This is the 5th and final book in the Vancouver Storm series, and I feel like I've been waiting for this forever since it was announced that it was going to be Jordan and Tate's book. Tate is a romance between Tate, who is the coach of the hockey team, and Jordan, who is the owner of the hockey team's daughter, and she's being forced to basically work for the team. Dad is threatening to sell the team, so she wants to save it for all of our friends. And for a highly anticipated release, we are choosing The Wild Card by Stephanie Archer. For number 5, let's go for one right at the bottom. Oh, this one's big. The next book in a series. Okay. I have Sweet Venom by Rena Kent, which is the next book in the Vipers series that I haven't got to yet. I just finished Watch Your Mouth by Candy Steiner, so the next book in that series is called Learn Your Lesson, and I am very excited for that one. Because right now I'm very much in a hockey romance mood, I want to pick a hockey romance to put on my TBR, so I think I'm going to go with Learn Your Lesson by Candy Steiner. This is the 3rd book in the Kings of the Ice series. I read the first book back in 2023 and then none of the other books in the series had been released, and the other day I decided to pick up the 2nd book in the series because I had a physical copy of it, and I finished that last night and I read it. It was a fun time, but I'm very excited about the next book in the series. Chloe Nott had one lesson growing up: men are trash, until Will Perry blows her quiet world to smithereens. Starting goalie for the Tampa Bay Ospreys, and the kind of hot that scrambles your brain. Will is impossibly grumpy and focused on only 2 things: hockey and taking care of his daughter. Fiercely independent and guarded, Chloe was only supposed to be his daughter's kindergarten teacher until in a twist of events she becomes his nanny. When she moves into Will's pool house, everything changes. Chloe feels Will's heated gaze beneath the permanent scowl, the way it lingers and warms her skin. When the tension becomes too much, they make a deal. Will still needs a nanny and Chloe still needs a paycheck. Will might be her boss, but he agrees to teach Chloe everything she has always wanted to learn, and she is all too eager to be his student. Chloe is a grown woman. She can explore her curiosities with the hottest goalie on earth and still remain 100% professional, and she can do it all without catching feelings, right? That sounds very, very fun. So the next book in a series, we're gonna pick Learn Your Lesson by Candy Steiner. Our final pick, oh, I guess we'll pick the one that fell out. We have a Kindle book. Okay, let's see what's in my Kindle library, because there's quite a lot. I have an ARC for Love Song by Elle Kennedy. Technically it's an ebook because it's on my Kindle. I'm gonna pick Love Song because I'm so excited to read this. This is one of my highly anticipated reads of the year, and when I got accepted for an ARC I did scream, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really excited to read this. So for a Kindle book, we're gonna pick Love Song by Elle Kennedy. That is our TBR for the month of February. It literally looks tiny, but it's because 3 books are ebooks rather than more physical copies. We have a book with flowers on the cover, and we went for King of Ravens by Claire Sager. Read a paperback fantasy, we went for Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong. Then to continue a series, we went for A Fate So Dark and Delicate by Sophia St. Germain. For a highly anticipated release, we went for The Wild Card by Stephanie Archer. For the next book in the series, we went for Learn Your Lesson by Candy Steiner, and then finally for a Kindle book, we went for Love Song by Elle Kennedy. I am honestly so excited for every single book on this TBR. But yeah, please make sure that you are subscribed, and feel free to follow me on Instagram or TikTok if you want to see more of my face. They are linked down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!